mean, hats off to DC. Reggie had those boys playing. Greg, very familiar with a lot of their coaching staff. Man, they did a phenomenal job considering they were pretty banged up coming into this game. We fell short again. This one hurt more than anything, I think, just because the way we responded in the last couple of weeks, man, I thought we were trending in the right direction, but fell short. No one's to blame. If anything, I'll take this loss. We got out-coached. We didn't execute the way we were supposed to, and that starts with me. So I'm proud as hell of our players, the way they fought all season long. We just, as a team, we just have to find a way to finish ball games. I think we've been in every ball game this season and fell short of the prize. And that's been my message to the team. And for whatever reason, we're not doing it on a consistent basis. So that starts with the head coach. So blessed to have this opportunity. I will get better. I've gotten better each week. I just got to do better in conveying teaching these guys how to win those close ball games. And, it starts with me. It starts with the staff. We didn't do a good job of doing that. We had opportunities in this game, and we didn't take advantage of it. So, and that all, ever since I've ever played in football, man, it starts from the top, and that starts with me. I got to do better, making sure we got our players in the right position to make plays, and we didn't do that enough today. So it's been a hell of a ride, 3-7. When you play in a lot of these close games, and you can learn a lot. I remember going through a stint during my football career. We lost a lot of close games, and we came back the following year, and we won a lot of those close ball games, having gone through this. So it was our last meeting. Tomorrow we do our exit meetings, and it'll be a wrap on the season, man. So, but as far as, I couldn't be any prouder of the guys, man, from what they started in training camp to taking the best team in the league down to the wire, man. We went toe-to-toe with them, and it was encouraging what I saw. So disappointing, but I'm proud as hell of those guys.
Question? Hines, Parker almost been so strong all season long. What's the emotions and feeling like on the sideline as he's lining up there?
I'm sure he's probably more disappointed than anybody. I mean, his standards are very high. Reggie Barlow called a timeout, and the freeze kickers, and I would do the same. So, listen, Romo's been clutch for us all season long. It's just a part of the business, and there's no need for me to say anything to him. How much I love him. I think he hurts more than anybody because he expects to make those game-winning field goals. So there's really nothing needs to be said. I mean, he'd probably feel worse than anybody in that locker room right now. So.
What did it mean to see the guys fight back out of you after they fell into that early hole?
They're buying in, man. They bought into the not quit, continue to grind, keeping everything in perspective. And I always would tell the guys, and it's kind of crazy. I remember Coach Cowan always would tell us early on in my career that you're not as good as you think you are, and you're not as bad as they say you are. It's just, when you think about it, man, it just keeps everything in perspective. For a lot of these guys, they think they're better than what they are, which, some of them, I don't need to be down here in the XFL, I need to be in the NFL. No, there's a reason why you're here. And some of those guys, we worked on the things while they're here, and they're going to get another opportunity. Hopefully, they take full advantage of it. I would be disappointed if I saw guys who had that opportunity and for whatever reason didn't make it, and see them back down here. But we're not a bad team. We're really not. We've been in every ball game. You got to find ways to win those close games. So I remember like yesterday, Coach Cowher saying it to me, and he said it so many times here I am now as a head coach, and I'm saying the same things that he's told me. It's kind of the way the world works, right? But he made an impact on me in my life, kind of the way my work ethic and continue to just work and grind. And, I chuckle sometimes saying the same things that he told us coaching under him. So, we're not as good as we think we are, but we're not as bad as they say we are either. So it just keeps everybody even keel.
I know you guys were probably preparing like you had a couple weeks left, and now, like you said, after tomorrow, that's it for this group of guys. What's kind of that emotional swing like to have it come to a close?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It was, you finish the last practice, and you don't know if you're going to practice next week or not. But we put ourselves in this position, even though if we would have won the game, we would sit there and have to wait what Arlington and Houston do tomorrow. So anytime you're getting a chance to, if you want to be a playoff team, you want to control your own fate. And we had opportunities. We fell short in a couple of games that we should have probably won. Could have won, not should have, but we just didn't finish. We didn't capitalize on it. So we don't have anyone to blame but ourselves for not, for being in the position that we was. Now it's over with, man, and I miss the crap out of these guys, man. And my goal personally, I was trying to get 20% of our players onto an NFL roster, which means probably 10 guys. So hopefully, I can check that off. I don't know where we rank, and as far as special teams, I know we were ranked pretty high. We're right there in the top. And special teams, we gave up some huge returns today. And that was disappointing to see that. I told the guys if we finish the season up number one on special teams in the XFL, that's the fastest way to expedite your opportunities to play at the next level, because every scout that's called always asks about special teams value. So our players really bought into that. Today is a little disappointing. We gave up too many big plays on special teams. We didn't win the special teams game today.
Coach, not knowing when we'll see you again, what did you think this season of the venue and the city here and the fans that did show up to support?
Listen, I can't apologize enough to the fans. My vision, my standards. I have high standards for myself. Coming into the first year ever being a head coach, my goals were pretty healthy. I wanted to win one for the city, and that's still my goal. I wanted to do all I can to bring football and bring an exciting product to put on the field for our fans here at the Alamo Dome. A little disappointing, having our opportunities playing here. We didn't capitalize on the crowd. I can't thank the crowd enough for coming out and showing their support to the Brahmas family. Each and every home game, man, sitting there, I'm just so thankful. And that they come out and show their love, show their support, and try to be a fixture in the community by doing some things here. Listen, I love everything about San Antonio. I'm proud as hell to be the coach, and I will do better next year. I will put a better product. We'll make some changes in the off season, and then we'll keep chucking away and grinding. But as far as some of the players, man, our players are awesome. I mean, they gave me everything they had, and I know they're in the locker room now, man. It hurts a lot for our players. So a little disappointing, not getting the opportunity to make it to the playoffs, because I know the championship games is here in San Antonio. I'm not going to be too fond of watching two teams play in our building. It's not something that I'm proud of. So, like I say, it always starts with the head coach. I will do better. We will make some couple changes in the off season, and we'll move forward.
Coach, I also cover the Saints, and one when I saw you make that challenge today, it reminded me of that controversial game a number of years ago where the Saints lost to the Rams on the call in the end zone and didn't go to the Super Bowl. Did this particular call you made on the challenge, did that remind you at all of that game?
Well, I mean, every game's different. I just thought at that time, I mean, playing the wide receiver position, you know, when the guy bear hugs somebody, I don't know how else to call it, you know. You know, he couldn't even put his arms above his head because he was bear hugged. But, you know, the thing is, I just want consistency, you know. If I got to challenge every play, then it's not consistent enough. You know, there was calls I wanted to make early in the game, but I wanted to at least have my challenges at the end, you know. I get it. It's year one. Just like myself, I'll get better. It was my first opportunity as a head coach. But these referees, they'll get better. You know, it's frustrating sometimes because you see a blatant call and it's not called. You know, sometimes you question if when they do call it, is it a for sure call or not? You know, so thank God I had a challenge. We won. We gave ourselves an opportunity. You know, but when the referee's about to pull his flag, then throw it. Don't take it out of your pants about to pull it and put it back in your pants. Like you don't do that. You got to trust your instincts, trust what you call. I'd rather you be wrong and they overturn it than you not to call it. And then I got to use a challenge to make it right. You know, so that was my only frustration this season, being just the inconsistency with some of the calls. But year one, no one's going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. So it's just, you know, you got to take the good with the good and the bad with the bad. So go ahead.
This was a new experience for you this year. Over the last 10 weeks, what has sitting in that chair taught you?
Patience, you know. Mike Tomlin told me a long time ago that I probably wouldn't be a great coach because of my standards for myself, you know. Sometimes you got to have patience because everybody's not built like me. They're not wired like I am, you know. That goes for coaches and players and everybody. I mean, my standards are so high that, you know, I can't expect everyone to think or to do things the way I would do it. So I had to learn great patience with people. I had to learn how to really just, you know, teach the coaches how I want things and, you know, hopefully have some coaches sharing the same visions and the way I see things and the way I wanted it. So, but I learned a lot of patience, man. I'm so grateful for my opportunity, man, because this has been fun. I wake up each and every day, get an opportunity to help young men be able to help them as football players as well as people. And, you know, hopefully I've impacted a couple of guys in there. And they're super appreciative of just me staying on them, you know, helping them become better ball players, because that's what this league is. It's all about opportunities and being able to get developed. And our players did that. They got better.
You talk about getting those handful of guys, those 10 guys or so, up to the next level. Who are the guys on this team that you would be surprised if they didn't get an opportunity to get up there?
Put me on the spot. I mean, you know what? I'm not surprised by anything, you know. I know we had some players that gave it their all this season. It really just comes down to, can they add special teams value to a team? And by us coming into week 9, we were pretty high on special teams in the league, so the value is there. And that's really, at the end of the day, I think that's all our players really ask for, is an opportunity. And the fact that they embrace the special teams. Hell, my first 3 years, I was a special teams guy. And that's the reason why I stayed in the league until I got my opportunity. So I think telling my story to guys, you know, they don't just see the final product. You have to understand, for me, what it took to get to the final product. And that was through special teams. So if I could do it, then damn near everybody on my team can do it. If your head coach was the one grinding on special teams. So that's really been the message all year. And I have guys jump on there. volunteered wanting to get on special teams because they want to get that opportunity. So we got a lot of players. I can't really count off the top of my head, the guys who should get it but may not get it. At the end of the day, we just wanted to win ball games, and we didn't do that. We fell short of that.
Jordan, what are the emotions like in the locker room right now, knowing that the guys' season is over?
I think we're just kind of like, it's like kind of ending. It happened so fast. Like 3 months ago, we were all meeting each other, and now it's kind of like, everybody's gonna go back to life. So, we know the season didn't go how we wanted it to, so that kind of hurts. But at the end of the day, you're missing the time with your brothers. Like, we didn't create a bond, so I think that's the biggest thing that's in the locker room right now, just appreciation for each other.
Parker Romo's been so reliable kicking all season. What are the emotions like on the sideline when you see him lining up for that one at the end?
Honestly, I couldn't even watch. I'm one of the superstitious guys. I don't like to look, but man, it's tough, man. That one was really tough. It hurt, especially when we fought so hard to be in that position. But, hey, it's a collective effort. Maybe we shut them down on defense a few more times that we wouldn't be in this position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what did it mean to see the way the guys fought back into this game? What was the key to that after you fell behind?
Man, we always talk about, man, just grit, like finishing. Again, like we didn't start the season how we wanted to, but as the season got to an end, we started seeing these last few games. Offense started picking their side up. Defense started playing a little more lights out, and just things that started coming together, man. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's just kind of tough,
How are you going to look back on this season? Any big takeaways or things that are going to stick with you as memories?
Oh, absolutely, man. Just the bonds and stuff, the lessons I've learned, just playing under Coach Ward, Coach Porter, Coach Spice, Coach Herman, Coach Chamberlain. All these guys just poured into me and poured into this defense and taught me so much about ball, and just learning from guys like that have played at the highest level that, any kid that plays football wants to play at, and just hearing their wisdom and stuff like that, man, it's been dope. And then just all the relationships, man. You see a lot of guys where they come in, we kind of got the same story through life. Bad things happen, and we bounce back.
Your interception, such a big turning point in the game right there, right next to halftime. Take us through that play.
So we called the same blitz twice, and they blocked it the same way. And I kept seeing the ball coming out very low. Like, he wasn't getting it up, so it's just coming out like right at eye level. So I ran in like I was blitzing, and I backed out, and the ball came straight to me, just right level. And we needed that one, though. That one turned the whole game around.
Jack, what are the emotions like in the locker room right now, knowing that the season's over for you guys?
Yeah, it's definitely super sad. It's pretty tough. Like, we've been together for the past 4 months, from not knowing each other at all to now becoming super good friends and super close and basically brothers at this point. And now in pretty much a day, we're going to have to all say bye to each other. And nobody really knows what's going to happen as far as who's going to be back, who's going to be where, how this league really works going forward. So just we don't know when we're going to see each other next. So that's just super sad. But we're going to cherish this last time we have with each other and just try to enjoy every moment.
You guys obviously fell behind in this one and then managed to work your way back. What were the keys to turning it around, and what did it mean to see the group pull that off?
Yeah, it was just doing our job. When you play, I don't think you ever really want to focus too much on the scoreboard. You just want to focus on doing your job. And, if you're executing your job, that eventually the scoreboard's going to come around, you'll be successful. So just taking it one play at a time, just communicating better, and that was really it.
I think you personally and this offense had probably your best 2 games the last 2 weeks of the season. What did it mean to be able to make that progress over the course of the year?
Yeah, I made a lot. A lot of it's, due to my teammates, and I really give them all the credit. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm a very resilient person, and no matter what happens, I just keep my head down and work as hard as I can. And I always believe in myself no matter what. So every time I step out on the field, I expect to do great things. And it's mainly because of my preparation and just my teammates and coaches around me.
Parker Romo's been very strong for you guys all season. What are you thinking when you're seeing him line up for that field goal at the end there to try to win it?
Yeah, I'm just thinking I appreciate him. That dude has meant so much to this team. He's probably been the team MVP, the whole year. Like, as far as what he's done, what he's meant to this team, the dude, hasn't missed at all. And, it's truly been unbelievable. And, I'm expecting him to get NFL looks, this upcoming year, because he's a heck of a kicker. And he's just done so well all year. So we wouldn't even be close to being in this position right now if it wasn't for him. So I really appreciate him.
Jack, what is that thought process like when you say that we don't really know what this league's going to be moving forward and who's going to be here and who's not? I mean, when you think of it like that, I mean, what goes through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad because you just think of the guys around you. Like, you build such a close connection with these guys. You see them every single day. We're all in the same hotel together, literally every single day. Like, it's pretty just a crazy experience. Like being with a group of guys, literally every single day, eating every meal together. Like, it's not like other places. Like, not even like college in a sense. Like, you're always with these guys, and to not know if you're ever going to see them again, like, it's pretty sad. So you just want to cherish every moment with them.
Anything else?
Hey, Jack, could you just reflect on what this season has done for you personally and as a player? What did it do for your game? And, this experience, what did it mean to you personally?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience for me. Just to be able to come out, meet a whole new group of guys, form friendships with them, and just be able to play the game I love again was really just a ton of fun. And this was certainly an extremely challenging season for me personally, just as far as everything that's went on from, coaching changes to injuries to me personally. It's been, it was very tough on me. And I'm just really, I'm proud of the way I handled it and proud of the resiliency I've shown. And I think I really grew as a person just facing as much adversity as I did this year.
Last thing for me. Kind of caught you in a moment in the locker room. It seemed like you were reflecting a lot. Can you take me to where your head was at when you were kind of sitting there and everything was, coming to a realization of where you're at?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it was just a tough moment because you don't know when you're going to see these guys again, and you just wish, you look at it yourself personally and just wish you could have done, even more or whatever it took to just get the job done, just so you could spend another week with these guys. And to come up short definitely hurt a ton, and I'm going to miss these guys a bunch.
Jack, I'm just curious, what happens now as a professional quarterback? Do you get with your agent and see who's knocking or keep working out, or what do you do now? Yeah,
I mean, my agent will certainly be reaching out to teams, and I really hope that I get a call and be able to do some workouts, able to get signed. That would mean a ton to me, and I would certainly make the most of that opportunity. But if not, I'm just going to put my head down and work as hard as I can and get better each and every day and just see what happens.